Hello, welcome. Today we have a lot of good news coming today in the sport world. We're going to take a look at all the transfer that is happening in the market today. We've got a lot of surprises coming up, a lot of clubs, a lot of transfer, and a lot of amazing transfer that is going to make changes in so many clubs. And it seems like this season's football coming is going to be very, very entertaining because of the transfer, especially to England club. Fine, if you take a look at the way the clubs are doing their signing, it's going to be a very, very interesting season coming up because of Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea balancing up, and Manchester United also struggling to meet up the tax, and of course Manchester City. And you go back to Spain where you see Barcelona, Real Madrid scrambling and fighting, making signings. That is very, very important. And of course this tournament this season is going to be very, very challenging from Spain, Italy, Germany, of course, and England as well. So we bring to you good news today in the transfer market. Let's see what is up today. Rashford is joining Barcelona on a loan deal with the clause to buy, and so it's very possible that he might end up staying in Barcelona. And Marcus Rashford moving to Barcelona is a very, very good deal for Barcelona because he can actually, if he's on his top form, he can actually run the wide wing and of course the central as well, penetrating. Marcus Rashford is just, I think, a perfect signing for Barcelona. But one thing, is he going to turn up in Barcelona? If he does, I believe that Barcelona is going to be very, very scary this season for the football that Marcus Rashford plays. If you see his runs, his tactics, he's open, he runs very wide in the open angle. I mean, it's like, using this guy with the Lamine Yamal is going to be something very incredible for FC Barcelona this season. Of course, we're going to take a look as well. Hugo Ekitike has joined Liverpool as well after scrambling with Newcastle. He finally, of course, made a choice to move to Liverpool, and Liverpool trying to cover up more space and find space for Mohamed Salah as Luis Diaz is looking ahead to move out. Of course, Liverpool need more covering, and in order for that, I think, but this is a very perfect signing from Frankfurt. This guy, I think, is a very good fit for Liverpool. This is one deal that is already done. I'm sure he's going for medical soon. And let's take a look as well. Victor Gyökeres, major breaking news for Arsenal fan. Victor Gyökeres finally have come to agreement with the Arsenal and Sporting CP to join the club, and for sure next week or so he's going to be going for a medical. And so this is already a done deal about Victor Gyökeres. I think his impact on the Premier League this season is going to be very, very, very good, because if you look at the way he plays, he's a player who can trap the ball. He doesn't lose the ball carelessly, and so I think he's going to be a very, very good striker for Arsenal, given the fact that Noni Madueke has joined the team as well as a left winger. I think they need someone who can cover up and maybe compete with Kai Havertz. So I think it's a very, very good signing. I think Arsenal this season is really, really standing tall to see, and of course the signing of Kepa Arrizabalaga as well. I don't know if they're going to use as a first goalkeeper, but surely this is one of the best signings that has happened to Arsenal this season. Okay, we take a look at the Noni Madueke as well. To Arsenal just signed a new deal, £52 million for Arsenal, and of course everything is done. I think medical in process, and actually Noni Madueke is really, really love to be in the Gunners squad this season. And for Noni Madueke, he left Chelsea. He was kind of performing very well sometimes, but not so consistent. Maybe he needs more playing time in Arsenal. So we're just looking up to see what the Arsenal coach is going to offer to him, what changes is going to come in the Premier League this season. We take a look at, of course, Aubameyang have left the Saudi Pro League and make a shocking return back to Marseille just last week. And of course, it's been confirmed that he has moved back to Marseille. Aubameyang, that's already done deal. Bryan Mbeumo, after a long beat, after a long struggle, Bryan Mbeumo has finally signed for the Red Devils. Bryan Mbeumo leaving Brentford to Manchester United has been a very struggling deal, but at the end of the day, they've come to make a concrete signing of €70 million. And of course, if you see the struggle, the first bid was rejected by Brentford, and of course, Manchester United needed to step it up and go for the second bid. That was later on accepted, and officially, Bryan Mbeumo is Manchester United striker this season. And given the fact that he scored 20 goals last season for Brentford and Manchester United struggling, what do you think he can come up with? Because I think he's the player who has scored more goals compared to all other attackers in the Manchester United squad. He has actually 20 goals and 8 assists in the previous season, total of 28 goals contribution. And so he's coming to Manchester United, and of course they've got a lot of strikers there in the Manchester United, that this single player player who have goal contributions more than all the attackers, and I believe this is one of the reasons why Manchester United is actually going in for Bryan Mbeumo. So surely it's a very good signing for the club. Let's see what they're going to offer, and we're going to look at the transfer rumors that is happening in the market as well. We are expecting some players, of course, to move, and there are still some bids going around. So today, let's take a look at the transfer rumors, what is happening, who is going to which club, and how is it impactful to that club, and what is the price, and all these things. And first player we're going to be talking about Vinicius Junior, who is not renewing his contract in Real Madrid, and for that reason Liverpool is already ready to break the bank and get Vinicius Junior from Real Madrid if he do not renew his contract in Madrid, and Liverpool is interested in getting him into the club. And also we talk about Vinicius Junior, where Saudi Pro Leagues are also interested in Vinicius Junior, and of course they are offering huge amount of money for Vinicius Junior to come to the Saudi Pro League. I mean, if Vinicius Junior doesn't renew the contract at Madrid. And just for you to know, Vinicius Junior is asking for more paycheck in Real Madrid compared to Kylian Mbappe, or even more, and that is the situation that he is facing right now in Real Madrid, because he is asking for more money to be able to stay in the club. But I think the president of the club is not willing to pay that much money like what he is asking, and for that reason the contract of Vinicius Junior is still pending and not certain if he's going to renew it or not. And we take a look at Ademola Lookman, where Inter Milan is interested in him, and Ademola Lookman leaving Atlanta to Inter Milan, I think is going to be a perfect deal for Inter Milan and for Ademola Lookman as well. But if I could advise, I would like Ademola Lookman to play in the Premier League because of the skills he has. I believe that he can actually do a lot of things in the Premier League rather than going to Inter Milan, because he already have a lot of experience in the Italian Serie A, and of course if he's going to move to another league, it's going to be a more plus for him. And we see Yvonne Visa is being interested to move as well to Newcastle. Newcastle just struggled to buy Hugo Ekitike, which didn't work out. He, however, moved to Liverpool, and of course they are looking for someone who is going to actually pair well and play with Isak. And you know, Brentford already has released Bryan Mbeumo, and now Yvonne Visa is being looked at by Newcastle, but so far Brentford is not willing to let Yvonne Visa go. But however, we just need to stay tuned to see what is going to happen next. And of course, we take a look at Luis Diaz. Barcelona not willing to pay more than 60 million for Luis Diaz to Liverpool, because they were interested in signing Luis Diaz, but they are not willing to pay more than 60 million for this player. And I think the deal already has to be a close deal, because they already went in for Marcus Rashford. And if you remember from the last videos we did, Marcus Rashford was one of the players who announced that he actually really want to leave the Gunners. And so today they've gotten Marcus Rashford in Barcelona, and Luis Diaz deal might be silent so far for Liverpool. And finally, congratulations for Cristiano Ronaldo, who has won the fan best player of the season in the Saudi Pro League. I mean, the way he influences the team, the way he influences the fan. Cristiano Ronaldo has been the player to be awarded with this, of course, award. And so it's a big congrats to Cristiano Ronaldo.